Thank you.
Thanks, Melissa. Did I miss anybody? Did anybody hop on? Well, I was going through the list there.
Hey, Mike Taylor from the Emergency Medical Planning Council.
Great, thank you so much. Welcome. All right, so we will get started by just reviewing our last month's meeting minutes from August. So if you want to take a minute and peruse those, Melissa also sent them out in the reminder email. So feel free to look at those, and if you have any questions or things that need to be edited, let us know, or if you'd like them to be approved.
Mike White, I'll make a motion to approve them.
I'll second that.
Excellent. Thank you both. So our minutes are approved. So we'll jump into our business updates and follow up on our identified problem areas, as well as see if there's any new ones to bring up. So we have the Lois Avenue crossing to get to the HCC campus. Last time we recorded that there hadn't been a CRA meeting, so no update there. Anything happened in the meantime with that? Sounds like no update there. Yeah, not sure if there's another meeting scheduled soon, but we'll follow up on that next time. Or if there's anything in the meantime, feel free to reach out. Then we have the lighting issue that Officer Marchesano brought to our attention a while back. So anything there, Officer Marchesano, with the request that you had put in?
Still in there, still pending, and there is a space impact form that I filled out for them to take a look at that. And there is also a, I forgot what the form was called, but to bring ideas directly to our facilities management. There's now a website. I didn't know about this before, so I just sent them that request through that website as well. So somebody is going to take a look at it, and somebody is currently reviewing it. I just haven't gotten any updates.
Okay, that's good to know. Thanks for following up on that and keeping tabs on that. Hopefully there's some response soon. And then we've got the crosswalk by the IQ apartments. No update there as far as I know. Again, we talked about the bike lanes being put in, and there are crosswalks there. I don't think they're operational yet. I want to say I haven't driven down that road in a little bit. But next time I go that way, I will take note if they have those up and running. Or hopefully that solves that issue for students that are hopping across the road. And then the last one we have on our list is Kennedy Boulevard at Willow Avenue and Delaware. And then Marty was looking to check back on that. Still holding. Is that still the case, Marty?
Yeah, we do have an update on that. The city council approved the contract amendment with, oh boy, now I'm forgetting their contractor that's doing the water line work along Kennedy Boulevard, North Boulevard, and North A, and then Frederick Spalding. So they're going to be finishing up the waterline work on North Boulevard, and then starting some of the waterline replacement work on Kennedy. So that'll affect us. They're gonna reconvene the weekly call next Monday. I'm not able to be in the call, but Katie hopefully will be able to cover for us, and they'll give us kind of a schedule on, finishing up that project. The Kennedy Boulevard is the most concerning for us, obviously. So, and that's all kind of all a precursor. The water line work, getting that replaced is a precursor to all the other work that, the stormwater inlets on Kennedy. Hopefully we get some more of those in the future, but the water line work is always the first that they do when they have to, disrupt roads and tear them up and, replace pipe. So anyway, Monday, we're going to reconvene the call with the city, and we'll get a better update for next month's CTST meeting.
Excellent. Thank you, Marty. All right, that's all that's on our list for now. Anything that anybody would like to bring up as a problem area that's been identified and looking for some ways to resolve that?
Thanks. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
So I actually brought this up a couple of years ago, and the reason why it didn't get approved is because they were looking for the financial aspect of who is going to take over this. And so I had put in another request for the OAS Employment Engagement Group, so they could have fresh eyes, and in conjunction with that and Cutter, I still drew up a map across campus to solidify the green lines on campus to make sure that people knew the difference between roadway and what was the bike lane, and that each intersection across the campus would have what the county already has on BB Downs. And so again, like the other request, this is now being looked at right now. So I can only say positive things for right now, because at least somebody's saying, oh my God, it's on someone's desk. So I'm hoping that it heads in the right direction.
Great, thank you, Officer Marchesano. Sounds like you're taking the right steps there. So these are for the roads on campus, correct? Not the ones surrounding it?
Yeah, so basically I've had people come out in different groups to take a look at the green lines, the bike lanes that are already on BB Downs, and they're beautiful and they're perfect. And I just said, this is what I want for every bike lane on campus. And if they do it for the Tampa campus, they should also do it for the St. Pete campus as well. But let's make a starting point with our busiest. So now we have an increase in e-scooters, and I don't know if everyone is, I know that people on campus, you guys on campus know very well that e-scooters are now like the most popular thing. They have surpassed bicycles, and because now they have to keep them outside, some students have been kind of upset. But when they go out, they're out everywhere. So they're in the bike lanes, they're on sidewalks. So hopefully this initiative will be passed, and we'll be able to have the same type of safety on campus that we do off campus.
Absolutely, thank you. Yeah, if we can advocate in any way for passing that, let us know. Appreciate you doing that. Anything else that anybody would like to bring up for this problem identification?
Hey guys, this is Melissa. Do you want me to add what Nicole was just discussing into the problem locations list, or maybe just in the minutes would be good enough.
Either way, aside, yeah, maybe just in the minutes, since it's maybe not a specific like intersection, if that's more what we're using that space for. But however you think it's appropriate to capture that.
I mean, the problem is the uptick of hit and runs that we've had and the accidents that we have also involving both pedestrians. And it used to be just bicycles. Now it's not, because now students are thinking, okay, I've got this e-scooter or e-bike and I can just go wherever I want with it as fast as I can. So that's kind of the culmination of all that idea. So wherever you put it, good.
All right, if there's no other areas as of now, then that's good. And I know probably traffic patterns and things are getting established with the influx in traffic and things. So if anything else comes up, feel free to bring that to our attention. And then we'll transition into our calendar updates and activity reports. So we'll get started with law enforcement. So Officer White, would you like to start with anything you'd like to share?
Sure. I have to apologize. I'm coming from one meeting going to another, so I'm driving while looking. So fatality wise, it's been a busy month. We've had 9 since the last meeting. I'm not sure which ones are within that mile radius. I didn't have a chance to look, so I'm just gonna quickly go over the where they occurred. Some are probably right on the brink, but none are really close to any university. So there was Comanche and 42nd. I think that's within the mile, but it's in Sulphur Springs, but it's I believe it's within that mile of USF. And that was a hold on one second, I'm sorry. That was a guy that was a stolen vehicle that fled from the police and managed to hit some stuff and kill himself in a car accident there on that one. But the next one was Dale Mabry in Kensington. That was a pedestrian that was hit while trying to cross the street. We had a motorcycle and a vehicle at Hillsborough and 45th. That is within the 1 mile, I believe, because they have a satellite campus over there for HCC, if I remember correctly. The next one was Waters in Solroy. I'm not real sure where that's at, but that was a bicycle that was struck. That's near Armenia, I believe. Waters in Armenia area. The other one was a triple. It was an entire family that was hit by a semi down at Adamo and 45th. That's within, I believe, the 1 mile radius for the HCC Ybor campus. And the last one was a hit and run. It was a gentleman that was hit. That's over by USF. It was I want to say Seneca and Central, which is within the 1 mile of USF. There's no leads or anything on that. That was one that just happened, and they're actively working that one. So there was a total of 9 since our last meeting. Again, I only think 3 of them within that mile radius of any university. Other stuff that happened, we had a checkpoint, a DUI checkpoint, where unfortunately cop block people showed up. We ended up having to arrest some of the cop block protesters, or auditors as they call themselves, which kind of ended the checkpoint at that time because they weren't happy and they were kind of aggressive. So it wasn't productive at that point. We also did a joint operation with the sheriff's office, FHP, USF police, and actually USF hosted us the first day, and Temple Terrace was very successful. We did it specifically on Labor Day because one, it's Labor Day, end of summer, and all the college students were back, and we thought it would be good to get out there and kind of not so much a show of force, but a show of all agencies in there aggressively targeting drinking and driving and traffic enforcement. And anybody that was down in Soho or Ybor knows that the college students are back in town for sure. It was very busy. It led to just over the weekend 77 DUI arrests, several felony misdemeanor arrests, and ungodly amount of traffic stops, most of which were warnings. So we prefer to educate, not not just fine. So the fines were only those were the most egregious. So it was very successful. And I think that's all that I have, unless anybody has any questions specific to something.
Thank you so much for those updates, and glad to hear that the joint operation was successful, and hopefully, yeah, our students are more mindful after seeing that. And anything that you have going on, Officer Marchesano, that you would like to add?
Other than what I've already said, we do see an uptick, but again, it's because the beginning of the semester of hit and runs, a lot of them are in garages, and we have a lot of garages. In fact, today, I think they're on their 6th one. Whether or not people are just not stopping to write a note, or they don't think they can get in trouble for it, or they don't know that campus has every camera on God's green earth that will catch them doing it. I will echo, that is really all about education first, but if somebody is being to the level of egregious, we've told them, they said that if you don't stop by, you're going to get arrested. So apparently that kind of scares them a little, and people have come back. Plus, we've had at nighttime, we have a lot of bike stop education too, because these parents will give their students a bicycle, but won't buy them anything that goes with it, like the lights or a proper U-lock. And we've been seeing such an uptick of accidents and people just not paying attention. So we've been curbing that and educating people that, and free bike lights and registering their bike while they're out there doing it. So that's pretty much it.
Great, thank you. Any questions or any other law enforcement folks that I might have missed? All right, well, thank you again. Then we'll go over our bike and pedestrian reports, which I know we heard some of the issues with the bike lanes and the scooters, and kind of that kind of falls into that category as well. Anybody like to share any of that? Brendan, I think I saw a survey you all are sending out about bikes and pedestrian safety, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, so let me start going back a little bit. On the 18th, we had a traffic skills for professionals class, and it was a pretty small class, which is good because it allows us to do one-on-one bike instruction. So we had a Temple Terrace City Council person, a member of their BPAC, a representative from the Tampa Downtown Partnership, and one of our safety consultants who's also a sergeant at Largo PD. And the before picture is when we were all outside doing parking lot drills and it was sunny and bright. And then the after picture is when we started our long ride and the skies opened up and drenched us. But that is the reality of riding a bike in Tampa sometimes. So that was good. It's always good to get people that are involved in, safety and, politics or, education or planning or such, law enforcement, to get them on a bike and kind of, give them that perspective. And then, yes, we are running 2 surveys, and Katie is not here, but she helped me with the some additional questions that they were looking, because they are submitting for bicycle friendly universities. So these questions will help inform them. So we have a motorist quiz and a bicyclist quiz. So I will post them in the chat and you can share these. And if you want to share them on your Facebook pages, contact me directly and I'll send you a link to the post that we can share. So these are they're geofenced, so they only show up for people that are within sort of the campus ranges. And then we have tomorrow, we are with Into USF. Those are international students. So we are doing some education for them because they may not be familiar with the local traffic laws and best practices. And the 13th, we are at USF Public Health Give Life Day. So they bring out the blood mobile and they do bone marrow testing, and then they have safety tables and awareness there. So those are some of the things we have going on right now.
Thank you, Benton. Great updates there. In regards to the survey, what are you hoping is the result of that information that you collect?
So it's actually partly it's a quiz. So we ask them, you know, sort of like some of their knowledge of the laws and safe behaviors. We do have, I believe the green bike lanes are on there. We have rectangular rapid flash beacons because both our campus and UT has those around. And so we're trying to educate them. And then we're asking some of the commuter information, like how far do they live? How do they get to campus? If they were to ride a bike, what are some of the perceived barriers and benefits to that?
Great. Well, I hope you get some good responses, or at least kind of get a general sense of maybe where education needs to be upped in some of those policies and things like that.
We were a little delayed in launching UTs because they were closed for the storm. So we're hoping that we can still get some good feedback from them.
How long are they running for?
They're planned to run through the end of September.
Okay. So still got some time. That's good. All right. Anybody else got some updates on any bicycle and pedestrian information?
Yes, and our team did some of the same, like Brayton just said. Our team also designed a survey questionnaire, but for the e-scooter safety. And our survey is disseminated to the students on the USF campus, Tampa campus, with their personal e-scooters. Yes, so the background of this is with the new semester starts, and we see more and more e-scooters show up on the campus, and more students choosing the e-scooter as their commuting way on the campus. So behind this is some safety issues. So we want to better understanding the students, how they like their social demographic, and how they understand their safety concern and experience of e-scooter users. So we designed the personal e-scooter safety questionnaire. And we really hope the University of Tampa or the HCC campus or the HCC could join this project and disseminate the survey to their campus students with their personal e-scooters, and to help us to collect more data on the Tampa Bay university community. Yes, if they glad to join our, well, we are more than welcome.
Thank you so much. Is there a way that folks on the call from those campuses can best join you in that?
I can send the survey, because we still, if they would like to join, we need to, I need to change several of the questions, like which school are you from? I will add their school to the list. So I can send the survey to them if they want to disseminate the survey. Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. Other questions, updates related to bike, pedestrian, scooter safety? All right, well, thank you all for the work that you're doing in those areas. So we have our fatal crash map that we can pull up and review for you. Lori, would you like to share some updates here?
Yeah. So from January 1st to June 22nd, there have been 5 fatal crashes. The map shows 6 fatal crashes because one of the fatal crashes is on the buffer of both the UT and HCC Ybor campuses. Last CTST meeting from January 1st to May 15th, there were also 5 fatal crashes. So there have not been any new fatal crashes since the last CTST meeting. I know that the officer mentioned that there's been 3 new ones around the campus, but there's a 60-day lag in the data. So those haven't been presented on the map yet. Yeah, in the same time period last year, there were 4 fatal crashes. So we are down by 1. And again, there's been no new changes since the last CTST fatal crash maps were created.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're all able to include a lot of valuable information just on this one sheet with how you have it all laid out. So really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I see a hand. Emmett, go ahead.
Hey, hi, thank you. Yeah, I was just wondering, this is Emmett from DOT District 7. Is there a way, I missed the name of the officer that had the statistics earlier. And I was wondering if there is a way that he could share the statistics or the fatal crashes. Hi, Mike, thank you. I was wondering if there is a way that you could let us know when these crashes happen so that we can you know, the Lori and the JMT team can add this information, log it separately from Signal 4 and add that information on this report so that, you know, try to be as close as possible with the latest numbers. We just need numbers and crash type sort of. I think
they changed the state law of when people get, so I don't know how the law would react with how that would fall into the law because the law has changed. That's why there's a 60-day lag. They don't want, I have access to the information because I'm law enforcement. Right. They don't want, there's something to do with the releasing of that information. They don't want it going to civilian counterparts. I suspect as lawyers sue, get the stuff and file lawsuits and yada, yada, yada. So the information I give out, I just give out at these meetings as a brief overview, not statistical data per se. I think there would be a problem with me giving those numbers before they're released to Signal 4 analytics and all that stuff, or before the law allows them to be released, if you can understand that. I don't think I can necessarily give them to you. I don't think I'm authorized to do that. I do that in these meetings kind of as a courtesy. Okay. And I may not be within the confines of where I'm supposed to be putting them on. That's why I just do them vaguely. Yeah. Okay. Because I think the law limits of when that can go out. It's information that as law enforcement are allowed to have, but as the civilians, it's supposed to be the 60-day hold before that's released or put into any kind of statistical data. Okay. So I don't think I can do that. Gotcha.
Yeah, I was told the same. They I think Signal 4 is gonna be releasing that data that's less than 60 days, but we're only allowed to share it after the 60 days to the public.
Okay.
Okay, then do you have it from Signal 4 Analytics now? Because my understanding is they don't actually even get it until the 60 days is up and then they can put it in. I don't think they even get it because they are not a law enforcement entity or something like that. I mean, no, we do.
DOT gets it. DOT gets it from, but we get the what do you call it? The without the personal identifying information. That's how DOT gets the info. That's how we were going to start getting the information in Signal 4 with no personal identifying information. I get the reports immediately from Florida Highway Patrol once a fatal crash happens. That's why I was asking, because all I want is the numbers and the location. Nothing, you know, if the crash type can be incorporated in that. So that information is already being made available to us as a law enforcement agency. George, yeah.
So how about this suggestion, Emmett? Mike, I know you're getting transferred in a couple of weeks with the new traffic sergeant since Riser's leaving. Can we just get CC the press releases on those, the same ones you send out to the public, to the press. We got a copy of that press release so we can have that. If there's any outstanding questions, I can figure it out from there, and then I can get it to the DOT staff. Is that possible?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
So
yeah.
the traffic sergeant or the things that we get are their internal. So the ones that the traffic sergeant will get, he doesn't get the media releases. He'll get the internal thing that describes what's going on with the case that are not open to public records. We already made a request because Mike Sin made a request for that, and it was denied. They said no because it has information in there that we're not going to put that out. Now the media release itself,
Yes.
have to get with the public information officer,
Okay.
and they could probably add somebody with FDOT onto the email string because they'll send out a media release when there's a fatality. Or at least generally they do. Not all the time. Sometimes they forget, but they're pretty good. But we would just have to get someone who would want to be the contact person to get that media release because they'll release it to the media. I don't see why they wouldn't release or add somebody.
Yeah.
You know,
That
if you
should be
want,
good. How about, you want to use Bill Rehoff for that, Emmett, or do you want it to go to you?
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Bill will be the person there.
Mike, that'll be your departure gift to us. Can you see if we can get Bill Rehoff added to that list?
can you text me his
Yep.
email
I'll send
information?
you. Yeah, I sure will. I'll send it to you in a text
Reach
message.
out to the IO today and see if he'll add him to the media release. And
I will certainly do that.
okay,
Thank you, Officer Mike. Appreciate it.
you bet.
Great. Thank y'all for coming together on that. So with that, we'll just go ahead and open it up for anybody to share any announcements or updates, events, things that they have going on in their area that would be helpful for this group to be aware of or help promote or anything along those lines. So, so yeah, the floor is open.
I did just want to give a quick shout out to HCC. We were out there for their welcome week the week before last. It's like a big 3-day event. We were there all 3 days. You know, it's a beautiful campus. We were there for this last year as well. Everyone there was very accommodating, very welcoming. Their student body seemed very interested in traffic safety, so that's about as good as we could ask. So I just wanted to give them a quick shout out. We'll be going to their road safety day, which is upcoming in a couple months as well, and we're going to the Plant City campus road safety day as well.
Thank you for that.
Hi, this is Dave from HCC Ybor City campus, and I'd just like to thank law enforcement for coming out for those events because being an urban campus and a lot of traffic, any awareness we can build helps our students quite a bit. A lot of them aren't used to negotiating traffic and college demands all at the same time. So any awareness we can raise, and the law enforcement has done a great job with that, has been very beneficial for our students. So thank you.
This is Ellen with Tampa Alcohol Coalition, and I just wanted to bring up a couple of meetings. September 19th is the next Tampa Alcohol Coalition meeting. It's at 3 o'clock at Tampa Police Department District 2. And we're going to have Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Deputy Krager, who will talk about their behavioral resource unit. And that's where they have some clinicians teaming up with law enforcement to deal with mental health crises and substance abuse crises. So that should be really interesting. And then September 29th is our main Hillsborough County Anti-Drug Alliance meeting. And that'll be at 1 o'clock at the Children's Board. And the first hour is a training on current drug trends, including Delta 8, Kratom, those types of things. And then the second part of the meeting will be our general meeting. And our student Zena, who's on the call right now, she will be talking about the intersection of marijuana and mental health, specifically psychosis. And lastly, I would like to thank Sergeant White, who was Corporal White, And he's been really active with Tampa Alcohol Coalition as well as all these meetings, and very active, of course, on the DUI unit. And just wanted to thank him for all of his hard work and concern about safety and getting out there and getting drunk drivers off the road and setting up DUI checkpoints. And we're really going to miss him. So I just wanted to say that, and hopefully he'll be back at some point with the DUI squad in the future. But congratulations on getting your promotion to sergeant.
Woohoo! Way to go, Mikey! I ditto that.
Brownies, Susan, brownies. Lots of brownies.
I'll keep them coming, baby, as long as you want. Good job.
Thank you, Ellen. And yes, congratulations again to Corporal White. We'll miss you, but let us know if there's anything else that you need from our group. Other announcements, things folks want to share with the semester starting, any trends or just initial kind of points to bring up, Emmett?
Yeah, I came across this on Instagram the other day. I saw at USF campus they were doing trivia to students and then giving them some prizes. Who was that? Was that you, Brenton? Was that Goddard that was behind that?
Where was it?
I think it was Florida Peer Exchange or something like that.
That
thought
is
it was-
Jason's team. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was
But
that
we-
was really
we-
cool. I thought I
we-
wanted to. Mhm.
We do a similar thing with our little wheel that we have.
Nice. Yeah, no, I thought that was really good. I was wondering if there's any other campuses that would be interested in trying something like that. Something like getting students, kind of like develop some trivias and talk to their own peers and ask them questions, or something like that. I don't know if something that just an idea. I think Carter's team could help on something like that since they're already doing that at USF. But I thought it was very interactive. And it, I don't know what the take on that is, but so far, but I thought that was kind of a really cool idea to do, kind of like do that, some of that social media influencing a little bit. So I just wanted to throw that out there and say that was I thought that was really cool. Just want to give kudos to the team, the Cutter team that was behind that.
Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, and in our work, we've got students that work in our office, and we bring out a trivia wheel to some of our events, and it's kind of funny sometimes. Students don't even know what the wheel, why they'd be spinning it or what it's for, but they just like want to spin it. So it's usually just a draw, and then we're like, oh, we have a question for you to share as a result of you spinning, and we've got little goodies and things that they can take. But we actually we're doing a program on Saturday. It's USF's first home football game down at Raymond James. So our student government will bus students to the game from campus. And so we hang out in the bus loop and give out like waters and snacks, and there's music and games and things while they're waiting, and might have the trivia wheel and things there too. So hopefully it gives kind of students that incentive to get to the game and back safely, and avoid any potential negative results at the game. So we plan on being there the next 2 games. In 2 Saturdays from now, USF plays Alabama, which we anticipate will be highly attended, but we don't know if USF will come out on top of that one. But at least it's a good way to reach students with some of that information. So happy to share out some other safety resources there. But other than those 2 things, we just do a lot of social campaign, social norming messaging going on right now. we have an event tomorrow called Strike Through Silence and Stigma, where we talk about suicide prevention as well. Kind of do some of that type of work as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else relevant to this group. I think that's all for now. We haven't heard from our student conduct office if there's been any campus usage trends as of yet, but try to stay on top of those and hopefully avoid especially our DUI instances and things of that nature. But yeah, anybody else have more updates or things they'd like to share? Thanks, Nicole.
Hey,
All
Kathleen.
right.
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
sorry. I was like trying to wave my hand.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see you. You weren't on my immediate screen. It's like
Sorry.
knock everybody off.
So before we adjourn, we need to discuss the next meeting. It is in person and we do not have a location yet.
Yeah, so I know we usually try to hit up a different spot every couple of months, and UT was our gracious host over the summer. And so if there's anybody who would like to offer up a space for us to meet next month, it'll be the 4th at 3 p.m. So if anybody has any ideas, I know I always would love to have people come on our campus, but parking can be quite a hassle and inconvenience. I know in the past we've also met at FDOT's offices. They've been helpful in arranging use of their space if that would work, or open to other suggestions as well.
FDOT is available if nobody else is available to host.
Thanks, Eric. Would that work for folks if we schedule it at the FDOT office?
I could see if we have a room available that day on our campus at the police station. I just have to get with our higher ups to save the room and then maybe, I guess, block off some spaces. So if you could give me like what would be approximate head count, I can see if I can get that done too as an option.
Thanks for offering that to Nicole.
So Nicole, the last meeting, we probably had about between 10, maybe 12 in person. And that was over at UT. So it could go maybe more, maybe 15, depending, just not sure. So maybe like, if you want to, go big, maybe 20 head count.
Okay. And that's with, patrol cars can park wherever they want. If you're on campus, you're a patrol car, you can park wherever you want. So that might take away a couple of spots because, like I said, patrol cars can go wherever you want. But so let me look into that. Let me ask my higher ups and then I will email you guys back as a probability.
Sounds great. Thanks, Nicole.
Thanks.
Yep, I appreciate you looking into that, and then we can, if that doesn't work out, sounds like FDOT would be a good backup. So, so we'll keep you all posted. Just keep an eye on your email for when that announcement comes out about the location, and directions and things will be included there. All right. Well, thank you again, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thanks again for your time this afternoon. Feel free to be in touch if there's anything that comes up or that you need assistance on. Otherwise, look forward to seeing you all on the 4th.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you all.
Have a good one.
Thank you.